Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories, for another chart update. My last one was about a week ago, and we saw lots of songs from Eurovision 2025 chart in a lot of different countries. That has now changed a little bit. A few of them dropped out of the charts, and a lot of the others are going down position-wise, but that's to be expected. The further away you get from Eurovision, the lower these songs will chart. But there are especially two songs that are bucking the trend and going up on a lot of charts. So they might meet a snap or the hit of this year and might become a summer hit as well. So we'll look at that. We'll have some official chart data from a couple of countries, but we'll also look at the streaming charts as they are at the moment. But as per usual, I want to look at the overall streaming numbers on Spotify. Here are the overall numbers. The leader is still Bara Bara Bastu with 68 million streams, going up quite a bit. Volevo essere un duro still second with 51 million. But you see Espresso Macchiato from Estonia, which might give you an idea which of the entries is bucking the trend, already at 42 million streams, so getting closer and closer to Volevo essere un duro. Ballar has also increased quite a bit. Last week I only had the official version, but now there are remixes and I added all of that together, and you get to 37 million streams for the German entry, which is a great success. It's still number one in Lithuania as well, which I find quite cool. And C'est la vie by Claude still at 27 million and in fifth position. Then last week, and you can see the trend here as well, Espresso Macchiato got over 10 million streams, Bara Bara Bastu 8 million, so still doing rather well, even though Espresso Macchiato has overtaken the song for the first time really since I started doing these videos. Bara Bara Bastu was always leading, but now it's Tommy Cash. Ballar in third position, having overtaken Wasted Love from last week. Ballar has 6 million streams and Wasted Love 5.9 million, so not that big of a difference. Lighter by Carl Alessandro, also doing incredibly well with 5.8 million streams last week. And Melody and Essa Diva now in sixth position, 3.5 million. Roa, which makes me so happy, and I'm actually contributing to this because this song keeps growing on me, and it has now 3.4 million streams in 1 week, which is amazing for a song in Icelandic. Volevo essere un duro, 3.3 million streams. C'est la vie, 3 million. And then a new entry in 10th position, Deslocado by Napa with 2.7 million streams, most of these coming from Portugal. Now, let's look at some official singles chart. I'm starting with the bigger markets, for example, the UK. You see lots of downward movement, unfortunately, but as I said, that's to be expected the further away we get from Eurovision. But Espresso Macchiato still doing relatively well in 62nd position, Ballar in 75th. What the hell just happened? Remember Monday, their third week on the UK chart in 88th position, and Bara Bara Bastu Kai also got another week on the chart, even though they're only in 100th position. Then we have the German singles chart, Ballar going down, but still in the top 10 in 10th position. And you see that Espresso Macchiato has gone down a bit, but it's quite stable in 14th position. Wasted Love has gone down to 41st, Bara Bara Bastu 51st, and Lighter in 98th position in Germany. And then on the Dutch singles charts, and this is the first time we see which of the entries bucks the trend, C'est la vie is still in the top 10, but has gone down to 7th position. But Espresso Macchiato, despite the fact that we're moving further away from Eurovision, is actually going up on the Dutch charts, which might be an indication that this could be a summer hit. Now in 9th position, going up to Bara Bara Bastu in 33rd position, Lighter 52nd, Ballar 53rd, and Wasted Love decreasing quite a bit to 81st position. On the Austrian singles chart, and you see a trend emerge here. First of all, JJ still number one in his home country. Very great for him. New emerging artist, and he has a number one hit after winning. That makes a lot of sense, but still congratulations to him. And you see again that Espresso Macchiato is going up into the top 3. Quite an achievement. Ballar still in the top 5 as well in 5th position. Bara Bara Bastu in 12th. Lighter in 14th, and here's the second song that bucks the trend. also going up 4 position on the Austrian singles chart. So maybe this could become somewhat of a radio hit. And people enjoy listening to it over the summer. Volevo Essere Enduro going down quite a bit to 39th position here. On the Swiss singles chart, Espresso Macchiato holding strong in 2nd position. Bada Bada Bastu still in the top 5. Baller in 6th. Wasted Love in 7th. Lighter here as well, going up 2 positions to 8th. And you can see lots of entries in the top 10 in our host country. The Swiss really were in Eurovision fever. Voyage not in the top 10 anymore, unfortunately, but still 12th, which is a good result, I think. Roa in 23rd, which makes me happy. Volevo Essere Duro in 31st. And one of the few countries where Maman charts in 48th position, but you see quite a decrease from last week here. The Greek singles chart is the international chart, and Wasted Love is still number 1 here. So more great news for JJ. Espresso Macchiato holding strong here as well. Baller in the top 5. Lighter in 8th position. Bada Bada Bastu 11th. And Germ in 32nd position. I have a few less charts than last time because I didn't want to make this video too long, and I just chose the ones that I found interesting. On the Finnish singles chart, Bada Bada Bastu not in the number 1 spot anymore, but still 2nd. And here again, Espresso Macchiato is going up 1 position. And I also included Keria and Baby Lasagna's song that they sang during the grand final, which has entered the top 10. So great success for Keria and Baby Lasagna. Ich Komisch still in the top 10, going down 7 positions. Baller in 13th, Wasted Love in 17th, Lighter 22nd, Roa 34th. And I also included Keria and Cha Cha Cha, which is still charting in Finland. Amazing in 43rd position, was actually higher last week. Obviously, the song was also performed, at least in part, during the final. The Icelandic singles chart, Icelanders obviously love Eurovision, and here Espresso Macchiato has also increased and is now a number 1 hit in Iceland as well. Bada Bada Bastu in 2nd, Roa in 5th, and Lighter in 6th position on the Icelandic singles chart. In Sweden, this is big news, kind of, it's sad news, but still, after 13 consecutive weeks at number 1, Bada Bada Bastu has lost the top spot and is now in 2nd position. Still an amazing result, obviously. Espresso Macchiato increasing here as well, kind of approaching Kai a little bit. Now in 3rd position, Roa in 12th, Lighter in 19th, holding steady. So again, bucking the trend a bit. And Baller is in 20th position on the Swedish charts. And it goes on. Wasted Love in 33rd. Kedia and Cha 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 included here as well, because it's charting again in Sweden also. And Kedia and Baby Lasagna actually appear in the chart for the first time in 93rd position, but maybe it can develop into a bit of a hit in Sweden like it is in Finland at the moment. And then Volevo Essere Enduro holding on just in the top 100 in 99th position. And then Norway, Bada Bada Bastu again lost the top spot here as well in 3rd. Espresso Macchiato increasing here as well into the top 5 in 5th position. Lighter 7th, Wasted Love 38th, Baller 48th, Roa 54th, and Kedia and Cha 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 increasing in Norway to 89th position 2 years after its 2nd place in Eurovision. So that's a cool result as well. Let's look at the streaming charts as they are at the moment. So that might give us an indication who will chart next week in all of these official charts. This is Apple Music and a great website, Eurovision Tracker. If you've been to this channel, you know this website by now. And you can see the top 5 here are Tommy Cash, JJ, Kai, Aber and Tuna, and Kyle Alessandro. You can see Tommy Cash doing well in lots of countries where he's also charting 3rd in Sweden, 4th in Austria, 6th in Finland, 9th in Switzerland, 9th also in Latvia, and still doing well. I'm going to scroll down a bit in lots of countries, as you can see, 26th in Germany, in Russia also, in Spain in the top 100. I don't think it has charted in Spain all that much. I think. JJ and Wasted Love still doing well in Lithuania and Austria, but also in a bunch of other countries. Kai Barabastu, #1 in Finland, #1 in Sweden. So this has been going on for quite a while. On the charts, they went to #2, but maybe they can return to #1 next week. Who knows? Norway in the top 10 as well, and in Switzerland as well. I mean, for a song in Swedish about sauna, this is quite extraordinary, and you see it's charting in lots of other countries as well. Baller still #1 in Lithuania, who seem to love this song, and it's also doing well in quite a few other places. And Lider, Kyle Alessandro, I'm so happy for him. Such a young performer, and he's doing so well on many charts. If we go to the second rank, you see there aren't that many songs that chart in lots of different countries, but Lucio Corsi doing well, Nappa still #2 in Portugal, which is cool, Erika Wigman doing well in Finland, Claude in the Netherlands, and Klavdia in Cyprus and Greece. And you can go to the website yourself and see who is still charting. Lorena Tattoo is doing well, for example. You can't quite see it, but it's in Switzerland. Then Spotify, quite a similar picture. Again, the top 5 songs are Espresso Macchiato, Barabastu, Baller, Wasted Love, and Lider. And Tommy Cash really seems to be the snap of this year, maybe. I mean, he hasn't reached 1 billion streams yet, but he is doing best out of all the entries of Eurovision 2025 on Spotify as well, in quite a lot of countries, especially the Nordics, but also Austria, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and you can see all the other countries there. Kai, kind of a broken record, but doing well again in Sweden and Finland, but also Iceland and a bunch of other countries. Abor and Tuna, 2nd in Lithuania on Spotify as well, 10th in Latvia. I really think they should tour in the Baltics. They could probably fill quite a few stadiums or halls or whatever. JJ is still doing well in Austria, and Kyle Alessandro, especially in Lithuania, Iceland, and Norway. And in the second tier, you can still see kind of the same songs again. Lucio Corsi doing well in a bunch of countries. Nappa doing well, especially in Portugal. Claude, Erika Wigman, but here you can also see that Cha 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 is really an evergreen, haha, pun, already doing well in quite a few charts, even though it is 2 years old at this point. And you can see all the other entries if you go to the website. And then last but not least, quickly on iTunes, things have also changed quite a bit, but the one song that is doing really well is, again, Espresso Macchiato, then Barabastu, Volevo essere un duro, but you can see they're not charting in lots of countries. And then Snap and Rosalind is already in 4th position here. Tutta l'Italia doing well in Italy, Belgium, and Sweden on iTunes. And again, the other songs you can see on the website. So that's my chart update for today. I hope it was fun for you. Do subscribe to the channel. Lots of fun stuff coming out, like the winners knockout, which is going on at the moment, and also my ranking of all 72 winners of Eurovision. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. See you then, and bye-bye, if you want to, of course.